Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 16, Episode 2 of Tainted Grail. We're playing the Red Death expansion. Last round, we started at the Red Gate. Our adventurers are at the Red Gate. We are working on Chapter 3.3. We're going to use the Dance Macabre to travel through the Red Gate. And then for you guys there, we've painted up the Dance Macabre video. Miniature. We've got a miniature paint through video that you can see as well. So the quest that we have here is the immovable wall of red painted iron withstood several sieges and has not yielded. It only opens for the Dance Macabre, and this gives you an utterly insane and risky idea. So what we're going to do is we are going to wait for the procession to bring the Dance Macabre to the Red Gate, and then we're going to try to sneak through. I think that maybe our best bet is to sneak in as the penitents. But let's see. So if we go to Rule 111 in the Book of Secrets, this is the motion rule for the Endless Dance. It goes, check the current location of the Dance Macabre, 420. So we're here at 420. We're going to move to 421, which is here. Once we're adjacent to it, let's see what the effects of it on us. So Dance Macabre is moved adjacent to us. So it says Dance Macabre versus characters. Any character present in the location of Dance Macabre immediately goes to verse 109. Any character who walks into a location adjacent to the Dance Macabre gains 1 terror. Once the Dance Macabre moves, any character in a location adjacent gains 1 terror. So we're going to gain a terror right off the bat here. We each gain a terror. And that is that. And if you discard a location, contain Dance Macabre model. Okay, no, so we can stay there. So let's continue at the Red Gate. We're at 422, the Red Gate, and I'll show you guys I want to show you guys no, that's fine for now. The 422 is the Red Gate. Let's see if there's something different we can do. So our idea here is, do we go ahead as the... If you're playing Chapter 3, Part 3, go to verse 17. Otherwise, inspect the gate. So in verse 17, it says, tie yourself to the pillars. And we have the Adventurer's Kit. Place a quest token on this location and go back to the start of the verse. So the Infernal Possession clearly has a way of opening the gates. Running in the face of the oncoming crowd seems impossible. There are few places to hide. Wait for the Dance Macabre to pass beyond the gate. Go to verse 7. It sounds like it takes too long. The possession grows closer. You need to stay close enough. How should you prepare? Go to verse 18. Okay, I'll place the quest token there again. We go back to the beginning of the verse. And I guess we're just going to end the turn. So let them come. Go to verse 3. Verse 3 says, if there's no red markers on this location, the sound of the hellish music digs deep into your mind. Each party member gains 2 terror. Wow, we gain 2 terror now. And read on. If there are no large marker on the location, the hypnotic wave dancing of these inhuman figures draws your eyes in. You find yourself unable to resist. Go to verse 10. So verse 10 says, the procession parts before you, showing you an empty place inside. It's your place. You remember it. Ecstasy overcomes you as you race to become part of the fold again. Remove all markers, dials, and tokens from this location, and then go to 118. 118. Go to verse 109. If a secret card 16 is in play, go to verse 101. Otherwise, check the number of your close encounters status. Our close encounters status is 1. So we have 1, we can go to verse 680. Verse 680, so some new content finally. 680. 680 says, the dancers step to the sides, revealing a place between them, awaiting just for you. Gain 2 miasma per party member. So 2, 4, 6. So we are at 7, 8, and then we're going to go to high. 7, 8, 4. So we're at high miasma number 4 now. High. Okay, that's that. Gain 2 miasma. Now resolve the returning to the fold part 2 diplomatic encounter in verse 723. Returning to the fold. So we've got the returning to the fold 2. So we'll go ahead and put in compelling surprise. We'll do the sinister voice here. And I believe we can do the sweet lies. Sweet lies, look at that one, that's interesting. Okay, so we put those in, and our reward is to go to 685. 685. 685. You almost lose yourself to the music, twisting your body so hard that your joints creak, and praising the glory of the Red Empire in a language you didn't know until now. That part of you, the part of you that remains lucid, screams in terror until your senses come back long enough for you to abandon the crowd and hide in one of the side passages. You doubt you could muster enough strength to escape again. Gain 1 part of the close encounters status. So let's gain another part of the close encounters status. Close encounters. Move all party members to a connected location without the Dance Macabre mod to continue the game. There's no place else to go here. So, I think that I have to just wait for the next round. So I think we just continued, which means we're going to tie ourselves to the pillar, I believe. So let's go back to 422. 422. And it says, place a quest token on the back. Let them come, verse 3. If there's no dial on the location, even half blind, you still otherwise go to verse 5. The procession is now moving past you. You have endured through the clenched jaw hurts and your nails dig deeper. What now? Run close behind them, go to verse 9. If there's a time quest or quest token on this location, go to verse 8. You reach the tail of the procession just when the gate begins to close. None of the creatures have spotted you yet. You're doing it. Remove all markers, dials, and tokens from this. Okay? So we'll remove this, and we're going to go to 7, 4, 1. 7, 4, 1. 7, 4, 1. The timing seems perfect. So you're far enough away from them not to notice you and close enough to get through the gate before it closes. The massive gate begins to close with creaks, the adjacent machinery and the pork cutlass rattling and grinding. You adjust your speed to walk through just before they close. Then the dancing figures at the back of the procession part for a moment. The ancient Then the dancing figures at the back of the procession part for a moment, an accident created by the randomness of their moves. It took only a second, but it gave you a chance to look into the middle of the procession and meet the gaze of the tall figure looking at you. Though its body is wrinkled and unnatural, you recognize it in an instant. It's you, dried, dead-eyed, covered in a strange, thick coat studded with gold and diamonds, a heavy crown on your brow, a long-dead king of the hellish procession. You feel as if you are looking at a twisted mirror. You stop in your tracks, too shocked to move. The figure beckons you with a finger, and you are too afraid to meet it now that it sees you. The gate slams shut before you, nearly crushing you. Congratulations, you've completed your quest. Gain terror. Lose 1 miasma, so we're down to 4. Discard the event deck and the active pile quest. Save your game or draw. Oh no, what did I do? Remove your active quest and find and resolve the Chapter 3 player card. Okay, so that's what. So we've gotten through the red gate. The Dance Macabre is going to come up behind us, but I think it's just that the procession is ahead of them, I'm supposing is how it goes. We've removed a miasma. I'm going to clean up the board here, and then we're going to go to part Chapter 3, Part 4. We'll get that set up, and we'll jump into the gameplay. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next turn. Bye-bye.